Hey everybody, welcome to the Ask a Realtor Show. We are here today to help people looking to buy a house. Today is June 29th, 2022, and there has never been a more important time for buyers to sit up and take note of what they need to do right now. So we're going to go over 5 things today. We're going to have an open discussion about it and cover much of what's on our minds. The first step is to update your pre-qualification letter. If you got pre-qualified 6 months ago, 2 months ago, 1 month ago, that pre-qual is probably off because interest rates have gone up significantly and they're likely to continue to go up. For that reason, you want to get a new pre-qual letter. You want to take stock of what you can really afford, what price range you're currently in. Because whatever you've been looking at for the past year, it's not in that affordability place where it was when you were looking. So you may not be able to afford what you've been looking at. And you may be disappointed because the houses that are lower priced are less than what you had hoped. Don't despair. We have good news. But you want to update your pre-qual. You want to take stock of how much you have saved. And then ask your lender for an additional pre-qual letter 1 percentage point higher than what the current rates are. And then look at that and see where you can go if you need to, because it's likely to continue to go up.
The best thing to know and understand is how appraisals have changed. In 2020, after COVID, I think a lot of people know and understand that appraisers are being very generous with the amounts that they were giving for values. Since then, we have seen a big drop in what they're giving for values. Myself, in the last 2 months, 3 months, I've seen 2 appraisals that I had that came in very low. One was actually $40,000 low. So with that, you have to know and understand that when you're going in an offer situation, multiple offers, and buyers want to give way above the list price, it's great to do that, and sometimes they'll get your offer accepted. But if the appraisal comes in low, you're kind of back at square one with having to renegotiate that. So it's super important to know that appraisers are not being nearly as generous as they once were.
And a good agent will talk to you about something called appraisal gap coverage. So the buyers who have enough money saved up for closing costs and to pay above the appraisal, if that's what they want to do,
right,
that gets put in the offer and helps them get that in that case too. Mm-hmm. But the important thing about appraisal, since they're being more conservative now, is the buyer takes the risk if the appraisal doesn't come out. And what I mean by that is you usually don't get the appraisal back until after you've done inspections. So you've paid for the appraisal, which is probably close to $500. You've paid for inspections, which could be close to $1,000. So if the appraisal doesn't come in and the seller's not willing to drop their price and you can't get the mortgage, you could be out that $1,500.
And now you're out 2 to 3 weeks of being under contract and not being able to look at other properties as well.
Yeah, very disappointing for everyone involved. So make sure that you keep an eye on potential appraisal issues.
Everybody's been waiting for the market to change and for prices to reduce. Many buyers have been looking for a change in the market. So pricing has started to change in our state, in our county. Knowing and following the market is important, and how you can best do that is connect with an agent who can set you up with an MLS search. So you can not only see what's on the public markets like Zillow and Realtor.com, but you can also see what's coming on the market immediately as it's coming on the market through our local MLS.
And you'll be notified for price reductions as well, which is what we're starting to see for the first time in a couple of years, is some price reductions.
Right. So it is that opportunity for those of you that have been waiting.
Yep. And longer days on market. So the market has changed. It has crested. Values are beginning to plummet. It could go very fast once winter comes. As we all know, the high cost of heating this year is going to be difficult for many. As a buyer, what you need to do is learn what a fire sale is and watch for a fire sale. A fire sale is, let's say there's 3 houses all listed at $100,000 and we're coming up on winter and seller number 1 realizes I can't afford to live here this winter, and they drop their price from $100,000 to $80,000 because they want to sell the property to get rid of it before the heating season comes. So the other sellers are still at $100,000. When that property closes, that's going to be a comparable that the appraisers are going to use. So basically, when that property closes at 80, the two that were listed at 100, their value drops that day. So you need to not only be aware of what the current market is, but keep an eye out for fire sales. They will be a buyer's best friend, I bet, starting this fall. So that's something you want to do. Find not just a good agent, find an honest agent, find a hardworking agent, find
someone who knows the market and how it changes every single day, because it truly does change every single day. And if you find an agent who knows that and follows it, it can end up saving you tens of thousands of dollars in the end.
Right, and having an agent that knows how to write a competitive offer, especially in a changing market, is essential to buyers, and especially to getting your offer accepted in this kind of market.
And if I could just tag along on that, we're shifting from a competitive offer, competing in multiple offers, to don't offer too much if they don't have an offer in.
Right.
We're going from competitive offers to no offers. So we also don't want the agents, did I say that I did? You don't want an agent who's just doing things the way they always did it for the past year and telling you to go in high when you don't have to. You need a negotiation expert.
That's
And I
right.
happen to know some of those.
And agents that know the market are going to be able to write those kind of offers for their buyers.
Yep.
And you want to work with an agent that will connect you with a trusted lender.
So important.
So
Right.
important.
Right, we have great lender connections.
Don't use online lenders. Yes, I said that. As a matter of fact, don't use an agent that is anything less than spectacular. There's a lot of pretty faces out there. There are a lot of agents who are just sweet. I'd love to have lunch with them, but I don't want them advising me over the next 12 months because they're not as informed, as trained, and care about my well-being rather than the money. So I can say that because Castle Gate, I'm so thankful that the agents here do care about you. And give us a call.